안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-hwa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-trends, K-traditions, K-everything. And we'll do all of that with our co-host, Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and happy hump day, everyone. I have the latest updates in K-entertainment world, so stay tuned for that.
Walter, I was tempted to do your version of the wave today, as we saw yesterday.
It was only a one-time thing, one time only.
Oh, let's see if we can get that vibe out of you again.
Yeah, maybe one day, maybe one day.
But speaking of vibe, it's a very snowy day today here in Seoul and also in many other parts of the country.
It is.
I wonder if we could actually get a glimpse of the moon today.
I hope so, because it is a special day. There's a special moon that's expected this evening, isn't there?
Right, and it's also a day where we eat 오곡밥, which is rice, which contains 5 different grains. That's why it's 오곡밥, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which stands for 5.
Yes.
And also where we eat 나물, which is seasoned vegetables.
As well as nuts.
Right,
as well.
nuts is a must as well. So I can imagine that our viewers will be curious what day we are talking about. And our news features reporter Ian Hee is going to tell us. She's not in the studio with us today, but she is somewhere else. So let's find out where she is. So today, Korea celebrates one of its most cherished traditional holidays, Jeongwol Daeboreum. And to give us a glimpse of how Jeongwol Daeboreum festivities are being celebrated, we now go live to our news features reporter Ian Hee. Inni, tell us where you are and what exciting activities are taking place there.
Hi Soa, hi Walter. Today I'm here at the National Folk Museum in Seoul's Gyeongbokgung Palace. I've been here since this morning and I'm very excited to share this event being held to celebrate Jeongwol Daeboreum. As you can see, a captivating music performance is just about to begin to fill the space with beautiful sounds, and it aims to convey the message of happiness and good fortune. To give you a bit of a context, Jeongwol Daeboreum, also known as the Great Full Moon Festival, celebrates the first full moon of the lunar year, and it falls on the 15th day of the first lunar month. And in 2025, that special day is today. On the night of the brightest full moon, the tradition of watching the moonrise and praying for prosperity and well-being held deep significance in Korea's agricultural society. It was a day to drive away bad luck and bring good fortune, and was celebrated with foods and folk games. And in light of this special day, the National Folk Museum of Korea hosted a special event that honored tradition while offering several hands-on activities. These include making a full moon-shaped lamp to symbolize a peaceful night, and coloring activities to explore traditional Jeongwol Daeboreum costumes, like the tug-of-war and crafting fish amulets to ward off bad luck.
Looks very interesting.
Yes, it's very interesting indeed. Now, since the day is closely tied to the moon, are there any special traditions people still celebrate that are associated with the rising of the full moon?
Yes, of course. On the night of Jeongwol Daeboreum, many people in South Korea gather under the brightest moonlight and start a bonfire known as the 달집. 달집 is a pile of straw and firewood stacked together and set alight during the evening of Jeongwol Daeboreum to drive away negative energy. It is one of the key traditions of the holiday and is kept alive across the country. For those looking to make a wish under the full moon this evening and embrace the spirit of the season, the full moon is expected to rise in Seoul at 5:46 p.m., with the perfect full moon occurring at 10:53 p.m. For other regions, the moonrise times are expected as follows: Incheon City at 5:47 p.m., Gangneung City at 5:38 p.m., Gwangju City at 5:51 p.m., Busan City at 5:42 p.m., and Jeju Island at 5:56 p.m.
Inni, I will make sure to check out the moon later on. I hope the weather will be fine. So thank you very much, Inni, for sharing about this special day.
Yes, thank you, Uni. I hope we all make wishes and receive all the positive energy for the year ahead.
Thank you, everyone. It was my pleasure.
Now it's time for our K-Entertainment News with Walter Lee, our expert in this field.
Yes.
Walter, starting off with some world tour news from a big star, a Big Bang star to be exact.
Yes, indeed. So on Monday, G-Dragon announced on his social media pages that he will be holding a world tour, kicking off at Goyang Sports Complex in Goyang City, Gyeonggi-do Province, on March 29th and March 30th. Now, this marks his first solo concert in nearly 8 years. So the tour is titled G-Dragon 2025 World Tour with Ubermensch. So Ubermensch is also actually the title of his upcoming album, as we've all talked about. That's the upcoming third solo album, actually, set to be released on March 25th. Now, this will be his first solo studio album in 11 years and 5 months, following Coup d'etat in September 2013 is when that came out.
I'm sure that this concert will be marked in many K-pop fans' calendars. Can't wait for his energy and powerful music to be brought up onto the stage. Now, we're now going to move on to news about a member of BTS.
Yes.
Who are we talking about?
Okay, so it seems that not even the mandatory military service can slow down BTS's youngest member, Jeongwol. So as he continues his record-breaking streak with his solo single, 7. Now, the song currently ranks number 77 on Billboard's global exclusive US charts and number 122 on the Billboard Global 200. Now, Jeongwol has now spent 82 weeks on the global exclusive US chart and 81 weeks on the global 200 charts, making him the longest K-pop solo artist on these rankings. Now, additionally, 7 has surpassed 2.2 billion streams on Spotify, making it the first song by an Asian artist to reach the milestone on the world's largest music streaming platform. And if that's not enough for you, his group, BTS, have also surpassed 2 billion streams on Spotify with their hit song Dynamite, further cementing their status as living legends within the K-pop industry.
I can imagine that this will kind of make Jungkook feel his military service being shortened, seeing these, being on the charts every week by week.
I know. I mean, he must feel amazing that he's doing something like the military service and yet still not losing popularity.
Exactly. And last but not least, we have a fan meeting to talk about from one of the most exciting K-dramas that are out right now.
Yes, indeed. We have talked about this before. The cast of Korea's current #1 Netflix K-drama series, The Trauma Code, Heroes on Call, held what I can only translate as like a dopamine recharge emergency fan meeting in English. So on Monday at CGV Yongsan Park, Park Mall, in Seoul, responding to overwhelming love from fans and their support. Now, get this, the application to take part in this event, conducted over 2 days via Netflix's Korea's Instagram account, attracted an incredible 20,000 applications, leading to a highly competitive 114-1 selection ratio for those lucky enough to get in. So it just shows you the immense popularity of this drama. Now, the event featured appearances from Ju Ji-hoon, as well as Chu Young-woo, Ha Young, Yoon Kyung-ho, Chung Jae-kwang, and also the director Lee Do-yoon. Now, fans were treated to a special experience, including behind-the-scenes stories, games, and interactive activities with the cast. So I'm sure they really enjoyed that time at the fan meeting.
I'm sure that got fans' hearts beating and a dopamine rush indeed.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much, Walter, for those K-Enter news, and stick around.
I will do.
And now let's see what Ari has for us in other culture news. Take it away, Ari.
Hello and welcome to AI News. Let's take a look at the latest stories capturing attention in Korea's cultural sector today. Chungcheongnam-do Province has submitted an application to UNESCO to designate the expansive Karorim Bay tidal flat in Seosan as a World Natural Heritage Site. Being a part of Korea's southwestern coastal flats and one of the world's top 5 tidal flats, Karorim Bay was designated as the nation's first marine life protection zone in 2016. Home to 600 tidal flat species, it is also Korea's only inland habitat for the spotted seal, an endangered species and natural monument. The final decision will be made at the 48th World Heritage Committee meeting in July, following an evaluation by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. The Horim Museum Shinsa is hosting a special exhibition featuring over 100 national treasures from its collection. The exhibition offers a rare opportunity to view masterpieces of Korean art and cultural heritage amassed by its founder, Horim Yoon Jang-seop, over his lifetime. The late Yoon was a prominent businessman and art collector known for his lifelong dedication to preserving and promoting Korean cultural heritage. Highlights of the exhibition include significant ceramic artifacts, such as the Puncheong flat bottle with lotus and fish design, the first piece from Yoon's collection to be designated a national treasure, and the white porcelain jar with plum and bamboo design in underglaze cobalt blue. The event runs through July 26. Namon City in Jeollabuk-do Province is now accepting participants for the Global Chunhyang Beauty Contest, Korea's oldest beauty pageant. It's not only open to domestic contestants but also overseas Koreans and foreigners. Anyone born between 1997 and 2008 can apply, with no regional restrictions. Application forms can be downloaded from Jeonju MBC or the Chunhyang Festival website, with a submission deadline of March 31st. The contest is part of the 95th Chunhyang Festival, which will be held from April 30th to May 6th at Gwangaru Garden. The Chunhyang Festival is celebrated annually to honor the legendary love story of Chunhyang, one of Korea's most famous folktales. That's all from me. Stay tuned to Arirang.
Once a week, we connect live to a correspondent overseas who fills us in on K-Culture news in their respective country. Today, we go over to the Philippines, where a special exhibition on Korean culture, more specifically Hangeul, is underway. Our correspondent, Jelaine Buen-Melgar, Educational Administrative Officer at the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines, is joining us online. Hello, Jelaine.
Hello, Jelaine.
Hi, it's great to be here.
Thanks for joining us on the program. Now, Jelaine, please introduce yourself to our viewers, the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines, and your role there.
Yep. 안녕하세요. Magandang araw po. My name is Jelaine Buen-Melgar, but I'm more known as Jelly at the center. So I am the Educational Administrative Officer at the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines, or more commonly known as KCC. What I do is I manage the language and the culture classes offered at the Cultural Center, and I also coordinate the educational partnerships with institutions. So among those are the Department of Education of the Philippines, Department of Tourism, and also the Philippine National Police. So to give you an idea on what happens at the KCC, so we are under the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism, so that's MCST, and then we also serve as the cultural and educational arm of the Embassy of the Republic of Korea in the Philippines. We also offer language and culture classes regularly, that's 3 times a year, and we also offer and hold events and exhibitions showcasing the Korean language and culture. And last but definitely not the least, we actively take part in the execution of bilateral partnerships, one of which is the special program in foreign language between the Department of Education of the Philippines and the Ministry of Education of Korea.
That's excellent. And Jelaine, as a person working at the Korean Culture Center and experiencing the Korean wave up close, please share with us how big Hallyu is right now in the Philippines and what is currently trending, do you think?
So I cannot speak actually for the nationwide trend, but based on my experience as the Educational Administrative Officer here at the center, the popularity of the language and culture classes has always been growing. So recently we opened the term 1 of the classes at the KCC, and we've had over 1,000 applicants for classes, and the acceptance rate is around 1 out of 5 students.
Wow.
I see. Now, Jelaine, last year, South Korea and the Philippines marked 75 years of diplomatic ties. And on that front, we have an increase of economic exchanges as well as cultural exchanges. Now, you earlier mentioned that one of the roles at KCC is to hold events. So we want to delve into an exhibition now that's currently still taking place about the Korean writing system Hangeul. So please introduce us to the event.
Yes, definitely. So the title of the event is Reinterpreting Hangul in the Modern Era. It is co-hosted by the Korean Cultural Center in the Philippines and the National Hangul Museum. It is part of the Traveling Programs project organized across Korean cultural centers worldwide and is under the MCST. So it is drawing inspiration from modern era Hangul, and it features several products such as the visual arts. We also have consumer goods, fashion, and also music.
Interesting. And also with more than 60,000 Filipino residents now here living in Korea, I guess the interest in learning Hangul just increases further.
Yes, you see more and more also hagwons or academies here, Korean academies pop up everywhere around Korea, and it's great to see. And more interest in actual social media presence of learning Korean as well. So it's great to see that Hangul is actually becoming very world-wide learned language.
Definitely.
So anyway, any stories behind the launching of such exhibition focused on Hangul?
Yes, we wanted to show more of such aspects of the K-culture to the Filipinos, and we wanted to introduce how Korean culture transcended or survived or lived across the change of time, just like how Hangul was transformed into modern pieces, as visitors can experience through this exhibit.
And Jelaine, what other events are running alongside the exhibition?
We have a lot lined up. So the first one, we have a special forum. This was specifically for curators, and this was attended or organized between the National Hangul Museum and its Philippine counterparts, the National Museum of the Philippines, and also the National Commission for the Culture and the Arts. And then for the public, we have the monthly Hangul calligraphy workshop. So anyone can sign up and join, friends, families, or even solo learners. And especially we also have the participants from King Sejong Institute, including the beginners. They were very eager to join the calligraphy class because the participants can take part in hands-on experience on not only how to write Hangul calligraphy, but also to appreciate it. And aside from that, we also have just last year, the Hangul Regional Workshop. So I mentioned earlier, we have a partnership with the Department of Education. So in this workshop, KCC visited Cebu and Davao last September, where students from the SPFL schools participated. And then aside from learning Hangul, starting with the consonants and also the vowels, students learned to write Hangul with traditional Korean painting.
So I guess there is something for everyone, from beginners to even people who are more advanced in Hangul and knowing more, who know more about Korean culture already.
Right, right. And can you please tell us about the response of the visitors? Are they obviously enjoying these calligraphy classes, or are they finding it like more interesting, like learning about the Korean culture? Can you tell us how their response is?
They did not only enjoy the workshop that we had, but the previous participants, they even recommended the events to their friends and acquaintances. And then I recall one of the comments I heard from the participant. She said that she saw the application of Hangul is surprising, and she's even amazed that it is present in modern designs and even fashion.
Oh, fashion as well. Now, Jelaine, I'm curious about, have your Hangul skills actually gone up through the event by any chance?
Absolutely. So aside from learning how to write Hangul artistically through the calligraphy workshop, the exhibit sort of captured me in a different way, because I think I view the exhibit as not only to develop the Hangul skills, but it made me appreciate the sophisticated design of Korea's writing system. And it also helped me understand Hangul's concept beyond what the letters offer.
I think calligraphy might sound a little difficult to people who have never tried it out before. But I mean, because we have Hangeul now and we do not have to use Hanja, and thanks to King Sejong, we do have Hangeul, it is actually not that difficult for foreigners to write Hangeul. And that's also what many of my foreign friends say. So I think this is really a great experience that we're seeing. Have you actually tried it out, Walter?
Yes, of course. Like I highly recommend to all foreigners to at least learn the basics of Hangul if they're planning to live in Korea for a short amount of time, because even though we Romanization it into English, even it's probably better to learn the Hangul as opposed to just the English way of spelling things in Korean, because it's just easier to get around in Korea that way, I think.
Right. And people in the Philippines, or maybe who are still going to visit Philippines later in the next days or weeks, the exhibition is actually still running. So Jelaine, can you please tell us how long this exhibition will be running for and what else is planned this year or beyond even?
So this specific Hangul exhibit, it opened last September 6 last year, and it will be open to the public until February 28. But there's still a lot of upcoming events and workshops lined up this year, especially the annual King Sejong Institute Speaking and Writing Contest. We also have the closest event, which is the K-Beauty Glow Up, where people can explore and experience Korean aesthetics. So that includes makeup, skincare, hairstyle, and of course, the yearly Korea Festival and Korea Film Festival. So there's actually a lot in store. So we invite everyone to stay connected through KCC's official SNS accounts.
Oh, wow, that is a variety to choose from. Well, Jelaine, thank you very much for connecting with us today. And please keep us updated on further exciting events coming up.
Thank you, Jelaine.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And thank you, Walter, for your contribution throughout the whole week. We are going to see you next week again.
Yes, indeed. I'll see you next Monday.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave, and hope you join us again on Thursday at 2 p.m. Korea time and maybe one day here in Korea. Thanks for watching.